What is going on, everybody? So welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing some more fuel system upgrades, or the preparation for some anyway. I had gone to the junkyard a while back and I got some GM truck injectors out of an LS motor. It was I believe a 5.3. So I think it was a Suburban at the junkyard. So I pulled four of these out of the same bank on one fuel rail. And I have them right here, and I got the clips too so that I can wire them into my car. So right here, we've got those 4 injectors, and I have all the corresponding clips that work with them and the pigtails so I can wire them into my car. And you might be able to see on this one right here, it looks a little different than the rest of them. So this one right here is what it looks like from factory. You can see there's a blue O-ring, and then there's this black cap. So what we are trying to do is, see if you can see, but basically right there, there's like a little spray nozzle, and there's a cap on top of that, and it sort of redirects the spray pattern. And on our other injector right here, the one that I've decapped, you can see that that spray cap is gone. So it's just the open pintle on there. And so this decapped injector should flow about 2.5 times what it originally did. And it will change the spray pattern. The spray pattern is going to be just kind of straight, but that shouldn't be too big of a deal. If anything, it's better because it shoots it right down into the cylinder. So I'll see how close I can get here with it. Maybe it'll focus a little better. But that is our injector right there. And that decapped injector should flow really well in comparison to these stock ones. So the stock ones are not going to flow as well. So we're going to decap these, and I'm going to show you guys the process. This is not my idea. Plenty of people have done this, and I'm using a method that I saw on Sloppy Mechanics YouTube page, and he had a pretty cool method where he uses a 1/2-inch 12-point socket. So it's the 12-point, and you put a little bit of grease on the O-ring on the back of the actual injector, and then you stick it into here, and then you actually spin this drill while spinning your grinder kind of at a 45-degree angle, and you grind it until the cap comes flying off, and then that's how you know you've ground far enough. The other way to do it is like with a Dremel, but I think this is nice because it gets it really even all the way around. And after doing the first one, I definitely learned, so now I can show you guys exactly what we're in for. So I'm going to go ahead and get a pick and get this lower O-ring off, and then I'll pry this plastic cap off with a screwdriver, and then I'll show you guys the process of decapping these injectors. And hopefully I can get them fitted into the fuel rail at some point pretty soon and wire them up, and hopefully everything works and nothing's clogged. So I've got the injector here, and I'm going to take this O-ring off. I don't think I'm going to end up using these O-rings, but just in case I do, I'll take it off first so I don't damage it. But I'll just work it around here and get it off like that. So now that we have that off, we can get to this guy, and you can just kind of pry at this with a screwdriver. Just kind of work your way around on an angle like this, and sort of pry this cap off. There we go. So cap is now off, and we are looking at our open nozzle right here. Let's see. Yeah, so looking at the open sprayer. So what I'm going to do with this guy is go ahead and throw some grease on it. So I'll get a little grease, put it on the end here, and then I'm going to get my socket, and I'm going to stick it on there, spin it a little bit. It's pretty tight in there, but it'll fit, and it'll bottom out like this. And now when we spin this on a drill, it should spin relatively straight. It's going to walk a little bit, but I like to try to hold my finger right here and keep it from walking, and I'll show you guys that on the grinder. It is a little sketchy, probably not for the faint of heart, but it's not too bad. Maybe if I had the guard on it, I could rest against the guard, but yeah, I don't know. I'm just going to show you guys this way that I did it, and hopefully it comes out just as good as the last one did. Alright, so I'll show you guys spinning like this. So I'm just going to spin it and grind it just like that. And yeah, when the angle grinder's on, it's pretty loud, but yeah, we'll see if we can get this thing to look good. Okay, so that did take quite a while, but hopefully you can see here our injector. Let me pull it out of our guy there, and you can look, and our open pintle right here is looking pretty good. So we were successful again, and it looks like we were successful. So what you don't want to do is grind that little sprayer right there, that little nozzle. If you do grind that, the injector won't work. So you saw the angle that I kept it at was pretty steady, and I rocked it up a little bit just to get the last amount. And there's like a little bit of this cap left over on the edges here, and this guy should actually just pry off. Kind of just busting my nail up here, but let me see. With a screwdriver, should just be able to pry the rest of this cap off. Yeah, I think I did just get it off. It went flying over here. But yeah, see the little ring that came off looks like this, just a little tiny metal ring. So that was what was left on there. So now it's totally clean, and yeah, it's looking really good. So there's 2 injectors that have been decapped, and these should flow really well. So I'm gonna go ahead and move on and do the rest of them, and then I guess we'll have to move into how these are gonna actually fit in the fuel rail. And I'm not sure if I'll cover that today or maybe another time, but yeah, pretty successful so far. Definitely a cheap way to get some injectors. These cost me $15 at the Junkyard. So if they work, that's really cheap. As you can see on this injector right here, when the piece went flying, I actually was able to find it. So that right there is our little cap that we're trying to take off by grinding this. And there's a fusion weld on there that you are actually grinding off. And when you grind it off, basically this ring is left on the outside of the injector, on the edge there, and that little disc there was covering the spraying nozzle. So now we have an open nozzle. Yeah, these injectors should flow really good. I'm hoping for like 600 cc's or something like that. I know from factory they're rated for like pounds. But I'm not really sure what the conversion is. It all depends on the fuel rail pressure of the system. So yeah, I'm hoping these will be around 600 cc's. Maybe if somebody knows more, they can correct me or something, but I'm going to throw them into the car, and I'm going to see exactly how the car runs. I'm going to mess with the injector size in the tune until it runs about the way it did before. And then based on that, you know, whatever size I end up choosing should be about the size of the injector, because the car runs pretty good right now. So if I can get it to run like it does now, around the same air fuel, say at idle when the car's warmed up or something, then the injector should be relatively matched throughout the RPM range, and it should be okay. Maybe minor tweaks here and there, but it shouldn't be too bad. So now my only task is to make these injectors actually fit into the fuel rail, and that's a whole nother thing itself. So this is like a different, this injector size is smaller, and I might have to use different set of O-rings. I also may have to modify the fuel rail height. So we're going to have to see what we're going to do with that. For now, I'm probably not going to touch that tonight, but yeah, in the future, that's what I'm going to be doing. So look forward to that, whether it's in this video or the next. But if this is the end of this video, peace out, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the injector decapping, just as a little quick video. And yeah, hopefully these injectors flow like we want them to. And, you know, if they do, then job well done, success. I'm going to try to clean them out as well, too. So we'll see what we can do about these things. But, yeah, thanks for watching, guys.